Imagine walking through a dense forest, the kind where sunlight barely touches the moss-covered ground. You push past tangled branches and ferns and suddenly, there it is. A doorway, carved meticulously into a massive stone wall, standing perfectly upright, with no building around it. No roof, no walls, nothing but the doorway itself. Just a frame in the middle of nowhere. And the strangest part? Nobody knows who made it, or why. This isn't a scene from a fantasy movie. It's real. Archaeologists, historians, and curious explorers alike have stumbled upon structures like this, scattered across remote landscapes from Europe to South America, and each one carries the same enigma. Why carve a door that doesn't lead anywhere? At first glance, it might seem like a simple artistic choice, or perhaps a long-forgotten entrance to a structure that's now vanished. But here's where it gets stranger. Many of these isolated doorways are positioned with astonishing precision. Some align with the sunrise on the solstice. Others match star patterns or even subtle shifts in the Earth's magnetic field. It's as if these doors were designed with purpose, but the purpose remains a secret locked in stone. Take the doorway in the remote forests of Spain, for example. Locals call it La Puerta del Silencio, or the Door of Silence. Walk through it, and you hear almost nothing. Birds, wind, and even footsteps seem muffled, as though the doorway itself absorbs sound. Scientists have tried to replicate this effect using modern acoustics, but nothing quite matches the natural stillness found here. Now, you might be thinking, could it be a ceremonial structure? A relic from a lost civilization? Perhaps. But there's no surrounding settlement, no pottery shards, no inscriptions. Just the doorway, perfectly intact after hundreds, maybe thousands, of years. And every expedition that examines it leaves with more questions than answers. One of the most baffling aspects is that these doorways appear all over the world, yet they share common features: massive single stone frames, perfect symmetry, and mysterious alignments. In Peru, for instance, the Inca built doorways into mountain walls that open onto sheer cliffs or dense jungle. In Europe, similar stone frames sit on empty hillsides, untouched by human hands for centuries. And despite the distances separating them, the precision and craftsmanship seem eerily familiar. Could it be possible that these doors were markers rather than entrances? Some researchers speculate that they might have served as portals to sacred spaces, places that no longer exist. Others believe they could have been symbolic, gateways between the physical world and something beyond our perception. While that might sound like something out of a sci-fi story, it's important to remember that ancient cultures often embedded spiritual or cosmic symbolism into their architecture. These doorways might have been more than functional, they might have been metaphysical. Here's another twist. In certain locations, stepping through these doorways seems to alter your perception. Explorers report subtle shifts, distances feel different, sounds change, and even the quality of light seems altered. It's almost as if the stone frame defines a threshold between two realities, even if it doesn't lead anywhere in a physical sense. Scientists have started studying these effects using modern tools, measuring electromagnetic fields, light refraction, and even human brain activity. But so far, results are inconclusive. And that's what makes these doorways so compelling. Unlike typical ruins or monuments, they don't offer answers. They provoke questions. They challenge our understanding of space, perception, and purpose. And perhaps that's their greatest trick. They force anyone who discovers them to confront the unknown. Some historians argue that these doors might be memory markers, tools left behind by ancient civilizations to preserve knowledge. The door itself isn't the destination, it's the symbol of transition. A reminder that sometimes the journey, the curiosity, or even the act of observing, is more important than what lies beyond. Of course, skeptics have their own theories. Some say these are simply remnants of failed architectural projects or artistic experiments. Others suggest natural erosion might have created the illusion of a perfect doorway. But when you look closely at the craftsmanship, the scale, and the deliberate positioning, it's hard to dismiss the notion that someone, somewhere, intentionally created them with a plan we've yet to decode. Imagine standing there for a moment, alone in the forest, staring at that doorway. The air is still. The forest holds its breath. You reach out, touch the cool stone, and wonder, is this a relic of an ancient ritual? A cosmic marker? Or perhaps, A doorway to something we're not meant to find? It's a question that has drawn countless explorers to remote forests, mountains, and deserts. Each journey adds stories, observations, and theories, but no definitive answers. The doorway remains an enigma, a silent guardian of history's secrets, daring us to understand what it truly represents. And maybe that's the point. Maybe the doorway doesn't need to lead anywhere. Maybe its purpose is to spark curiosity, to remind us of the mysteries hidden in plain sight, and to challenge the way we perceive the world around us. So next time you stumble upon an old stone structure, or even just a mysterious doorway, pause for a moment. Look beyond the stone, the wood, the carved frame. Ask yourself, does it lead nowhere, or somewhere beyond our comprehension? Sometimes, the journey of wondering is more powerful than any destination.